Sunday night football is often looked at as the best primetime window in the NFL, and I would agree, especially when you look at this year's slate. It's a great slate, but which games are the best and which ones were some questionable decisions to throw into these primetime slots? So here we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at the overarching schedule for this year's Sunday night football. And we're going to rank these from worst to best, and it does include those two Thursday games that are part of the NBC package this year. So coming in at last, this was a tough one because there weren't too many atrocious games, but coming in at last is Kansas City visiting the Giants in week 3. Chiefs are a 6.5-point favorite there, as you can see on the screen. And this one, I get what they're doing. You know, the New York market, the Giants, big following. You want to get them a primetime game. It's good for TV ratings. And you do it week 3 before they're, kind of out of things. So I get it. I like the placement. I like that it's in week 3. If this was in, week 12, it would be absolutely atrocious. But in week 3, I almost had it up a few higher spots, but I had trouble doing that. You could flip maybe 19 and 18 here, but shouldn't be the closest game. But then again, the Chiefs play close games when they shouldn't sometimes, and that the Giants have a pretty good defensive line. Maybe they get to Mahomes, cause some issues there. Chiefs still putting together that O-line, so we will see. But 6.5-point favorites, not expected to be a super close game, but could surprise. Next up on the list, we have Atlanta and San Francisco. And this is one that just doesn't really excite me all too much. Fairly early in the season, closer to mid-season, but I'm a little low on Atlanta this year, but it could be fun to watch Penix. Maybe he turns into something. And the Niners, they're trying to figure it out. Can they stay healthy? That's a big question. Right now, it doesn't even sound like they're going to enter the season completely healthy. So definitely concerns there about both teams. And then on top of that, it's a 6.5-point spread in favor of the 49ers, and they're the home team. So just not expecting too great of a game there. So that's why it falls down to 18. Number 17 here, might be a surprise to be a little low, but Seattle at Washington. Washington favored by 5.5 points. That's a decent amount. I'm low on Seattle this year, and I think the Commanders win this game fairly easily, and it just nothing too much excites me about Seattle on this one. So sorry, Seahawk fans, just not pumped to watch y'all in prime time. Coming in right above it, you could argue maybe it's a little high because it's an 8.5-point spread, but the Patriots visiting the Bills early in the season. I love this one because, one, the Bills are a blast to watch. They always are. Probably have fantasy players in the game. But also the Patriots are getting a lot of hype this year. There's a lot of talk about the Patriots, a lot of talk about them maybe making the playoffs from some people. And this early season contest against their division rival, the Bills, who've kind of had their way with them, I think is going to be super intriguing to see, hey, is this Patriots team, is this hype for real? Can they actually get it done? Or are they going to go in here, lose by 20 points, and it's like, all right, so it's going to take another year. So I'm interested to see that one. Coming in at 15, believe it or not, I originally had this one at last, and I'll tell you why. It's because I don't trust, first off, I don't trust the Dolphins to be healthy. I don't trust them to be good if they are healthy, but if I don't trust them to be healthy by this point, I don't think Tua's playing. He can't stay unconcussed for several weeks at a time. And then I was thinking about it even more, and I was like, God, I love the Bengals offense stuff, but Burrow's had some injury history. You can't guarantee me he's going to be healthy either. So this is a late season game. And if you notice, there's some questionable games super late in the season, and I think they do that because it's well within their flex window. That's like the prime time of the year where they're flexing the NFL games, and they're kind of taking a shot. They're like, hey, these teams stay healthy, they could be in the playoff race, should be a good game, but if not, we'll flex it right out and we'll pick a good game to put in there in its place. That comes in at number 15. Coming in at number 14, again, another late season game. I think this is a more interesting game to me. Chicago visiting the Niners. If they both stay healthy, if the Niners are still healthy at this point, it could be a good one. And the Bears, there's a lot of hype about them, a lot of upside with Ben Johnson. If they turn out to really be something, they could be fighting for a playoff spot at this point. Same with the Niners. So I think it's an all-around good game, but I have my concerns with what if the Bears don't take off, and what if the Niners are injured at this point. So that's why it falls down there on the list. And then coming in at number 13, we have the Falcons visiting the Vikings, an early season matchup. You have Penix versus McCarthy, a little college football rematch there. And it's an all right game. It's an all right game. Neither team has too much excitement for me. I think Minnesota is just a much better team. They are favored by 4.5. I think Minnesota wins this game, obviously. And I don't know. It's not one of those that gets me fired up. There's nothing about it that gets me too excited. I am excited to see what the Vikings can do this year, though. I know a lot of people being down on them because they lost Darnold for some reason, but I don't know. We'll see. But coming in at number 12 now, we have Pittsburgh at the Chargers. I had a tough time placing this one. It's kind of a weird one, a weird vibe. Chargers favored by 4.5, which I'm surprised it was that much. I was thinking it'd be more around 3. But it should be a good game, assuming Rodgers and the Steelers stay healthy. Tomlin's always putting a competitive Steelers team out there, so this should be a good game. It's not a bad game. It's not like a top tier game. It's just a great middle of the road, solid Sunday night football game. It's going to be a great one. I think we're getting into that point from here on forward where they're all like, yeah, these are good games. These are just solid, good quality Sunday night football games. Coming in at number 11, we have Minnesota visiting Dallas, and Minnesota is a 1-point favorite on the road here. My one concern with this is how late it is in the year, because when you get those early season games with teams that you're not exactly sure how they're going to do in the year, they're still in the hunt no matter what. But late season, say the Cowboys don't pan out or McCarthy really does bad, that could really hurt the prospects for this game. But I like both these teams to be in the hunt this year. I think this should be a good game late season. It should be important. This could be one of those games where the loser of this game is in trouble, and they're fighting with each other for a wild card spot, and the loser could be in big trouble. So I think that's a good one, and it comes at a good time. So we will see. That's at number 11. Number 10, again, originally had this one higher. It's Texans at Chiefs. But you look at it, and I was thinking back. First off, Chiefs favored by 6.5. Yes, Chiefs play close games, so you can't look too much into that. But man, every time these two teams play, it's the same old story. It's close, but then the Chiefs just end up winning. And I feel like until proven otherwise, that's how it feels like this one's going to go. And it just doesn't excite me that much. But, if the Texans are playing really well, they come in there and upset. I'd love to see that. But they haven't proven they can do that yet. They get so close, but just can't quite get over the hump there. Then coming in at number 9, we have Green Bay at Dallas. Again, I like this one. It's early in the year, a lot of excitement for both teams. And this is just, I feel like when these two teams get together, fun stuff happens. Through the years, it's usually always like the Packers winning in heartbreaking fashion. So it should be a fun one. It's classic matchup, solid, perfect Sunday night game. 1.5 point spread should be a great game. I love it. Now coming in at number 8, hear me out on this one. This one, if this was at any other point in the year, it would be way lower down the list. I don't know about way lower, but it'd be lower down the list. But it's the kickoff, and that's, you could put any game here, and I think I'd have it at least halfway up the list. It's the Cowboys at Eagles for the kickoff. We're just so excited for football that it's exciting. Any game's exciting. So I'm super pumped for this one. I'd be pumped no matter who they put out there on it. And so its placement in the season definitely gives it the advantage. That's why it's up here at 8. And, sometimes week 1 games are weird. Sometimes you see some wacky upsets in weeks 1 through 3 when some teams haven't been figured out yet, or some teams are still figuring it out. Who knows? Maybe it's a tight game down to the wire. We'll see. But coming in at number 7, this is another hear me out game. This seems low, right? For number 7, this could be the NFC Championship this year. I'm sure some people have it as such. But I don't trust the Lions to be able to win this game. I look at this game, Detroit and Philadelphia, and I think Philly by a touchdown. I can't explain why. I'm not saying Philly's that much better of a team. Maybe you put this game in Detroit, I might even pick the Lions. But at this point in the year, I I don't know. I can't even explain it. This one feels like an inevitable Philadelphia win to me, which is why I don't have it higher. But then again, it's two very, very good teams, so it does still get up at 7. And all the games at this point are great games. Number 6, not only is it a great game, but this gets its placement with storylines as well. It's Rodgers' first game against the Packers since he left Green Bay. It'd be way higher if it could have been like top 2 if this was his return to Green Bay. That would have been awesome. But just playing Green Bay is exciting. You know, all eyes are going to be on this, and it's a very classic matchup, a nice October football game. Just feels like a Sunday night football game. This feels perfect. This is exactly the type of games I want to see on there. I like this, and I think it's going to be a great one. Great storylines. It deserves up here at number 6. And then number 5, we have Tampa Bay visiting the Rams, a game that might not get too much talk preseason. I almost had it higher. I mean, these are two teams that could very well be in the Final Four for the NFC this year. Seeing some people picking both to come out of the NFC. This is a great game. The Bucs are a lot of fun with Baker. He's putting up a lot of touchdowns, a lot of yards. They're just a fun team. Bucs are a very well-rounded team. And then the Rams are always good under McVay. They went 10-7 last year. They should be even better this year. This is just a great game late in the season. It's the Sunday before Thanksgiving. Comes at a fun time. Nice November game. It's going to be a great one. That's a great Sunday night football selection. But coming in front of it at number 4 is the Lions at the Chiefs. This is a fun one. They have not played since that season opener a few years back where Detroit went into Kansas City and upset the Chiefs. Chiefs were without Travis Kelce, which was a bigger deal at the time than it is now. And I'm curious to see how this one goes. This is a really, really fun one, a game that for a couple years now people may have picked it as a Super Bowl heading into the playoffs. So it's cool to see that matchup there, and I think it's gonna be a great game. The Chiefs play games down to the wire, especially against these good opponents. This is one you can definitely expect to go down to the last drive of the game, and it's just an all-around top-tier Sunday night football game. Super pumped to watch that one. But coming in above it, you could push this one back a little bit, and I wouldn't blame you. But Denver at Washington, I love this one. You have the two rookie quarterbacks from last season who took their teams that weren't supposed to be good, took them both to the playoffs, and Washington, of course, had a few playoff wins. And this one's just awesome. It's the two very similar storylines, but one AFC, one NFC, and they get to go up against each other on prime time. This is just an awesome game. I'm excited to see if both can keep it up from last year. I'd expect them to, but sophomore slumps are a thing. So we'll see, but this is just a blast. It's to get some new faces on there on Sunday night. Imagine 2 years ago someone telling you Denver at Washington on Sunday Night Football. You'd be like, well, I'm not watching, right? So that's awesome. I love seeing new teams in there. This should be a super fun game. And now our top 2. Number 2 here, it's a 5-point spread, so you could argue it should be lower. But do you remember the last season, the 2 times these teams played? They were such fun games. Baltimore and Cincinnati, they were both super high scoring. Both came down to the wire. That Thursday night one, Cincinnati went for 2 for the win, didn't get it, lost by 1 point. They were just such great games. Their first one, or I forget which order they played in. I think the one in Cincinnati was first. That one went to overtime. Cincinnati kind of blew it. Both teams kind of took turns blowing the game before Baltimore finally did take it. But anytime these two teams get together, I'm super excited. And Thanksgiving night is a perfect slot for this game. I'm pumped for it. I honestly wanted to put this at number 1. But at number 1, we have Baltimore at Buffalo. This one just, there's too many questions around Cincinnati with the defense, some health issues, and, some contract issues to put that all the way at number 1. So Baltimore, Buffalo, divisional rematch from last year, could be a potential AFC championship game. 2 of the favorites to win the Super Bowl. It all comes in week 1. This is just as good as it gets. It doesn't get better than this. This is a great game. Should come down to the wire. It's going to be tight. It's going to be fun. Enough said. It's the best game on this list in my opinion, and I honestly don't know that many other games could make the argument to take this slot. So that is my ranking of the Sunday Night Football games. All of them could be jumbled around a bit, and of course what also matters is your preference with your teams. That's obviously going to affect the rankings as well. So, it could be all over the place, but this is just the way I see it for this season. It's going to be a great slate. Football is just around the corner. We're getting close, and excited to see some of these games finally play out.